Kimbo, first of all, we haven't seen you in a couple months. How are you doing? What have you been up to?
I'm doing great, man. I've been training, spending a lot of time with the fam, except for when I'm training, and just preparing for all my next events.
Kimbo, you don't have the normal life of a person. I mean, at this point, you're considered a celebrity. So let us in. What exactly is going on with you? Like, what's your normal day like at this point?
Well, I really don't consider myself yet a celebrity. I'm just a little squirrel in this big world, still trying to get a nut. I've been, like I said, being trying to be a good father, a good fiance, a good son, to my family. Just maintaining, doing what I love to do, which is train and prepare for battle. A real live modern-day gladiator.
Let's talk about your training for this fight in particular. I know you don't want to get into the specifics of what you do exactly, but what is your training cycle like? How many weeks do you go? When do you come out to boss?
I train every day. I come out to boss between 8 to 12 weeks prior to the fight. Every day we learn something. Every day we drilling over everything we go over. It's a mental breakdown for me every given time with Boss and Randy. A mental build back up, because every fighter I fight is a different fight, And I never go into this fight with the same mind frame as the last fight. So everything it's still a learning process for me. I'm still young at it, and I'm still hungry, and I'm still trying to. I want something, And every guy that I fight, I got to beat that guy. I'm gonna fight that guy until I feel I got what it is that I really want.
You were supposed to fight Brett Rogers. You had said yourself you wanted to fight him. At one point, Elite XC said, yes, we're going to give him that fight. Then all of a sudden, it's Ken Shamrock. How do you change gears between a Brett Rogers and a Ken Shamrock? And what was your reaction when you found out you wouldn't be fighting Rogers next?
I don't know. I don't know much about the guy. Any fighter can call any fighter out. Some people just do it just to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that means their intentions in it for the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting because I love to fight. I'm fighting because I want to fight. I wouldn't call out that guy because I feel like I can get more money. You know what I'm saying? If that's the thing, just keep busting your ass, keep training, keep doing what you do, and then your day will come. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call you out just because you're making more money than me. If you got a problem with it, then that's your problem. We can settle it differently, because now you're not fighting me with the intentions of an MMA fighter. You're fighting me with the intentions of, I just want to get more money. And I came into this sport because there was nothing else out there for me on the streets. So I came into this sport because I love to fight, and I wanted to be a professional fighter. And I am that now, and I thank CBS, I thank Pro Elite for making it possible.
Right. With your last fight with James Thompson, there was a lot of comments, some positive, some negative. How much do you subscribe to them? Do you read the internet?
It comes with it. It's part of the territory. They talked about Jesus, and a lot of it wasn't good, and it's all good to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people are going to say what they want. It's their critics, and that's being part of it. You know what I'm saying? They won't say it to my face because it'd be disrespectful. And there's one thing I despise the most is disrespect, because I'm a very respectful guy. I respect my opponents, you know what I'm saying, up until the fight. After the fight, I got nothing but love for those guys. After the fight, I'm cool with them. We could have a beer. But before then, it's all part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of it. But the critics, they're critics. They do what they do.
How do you feel about your last fight? Like, how do you think you did?
I think I did okay. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could have done a lot more on the ground, but I didn't know a lot more to do a lot more. So ignorance is to no avail. But from that point on, I knew what we had to do, which was train.
And where do you feel like you are now? Ken Shamrock's main targets are probably going to be your appendages if you go to the ground. Do you feel like you've come along in that area?
You got to get me on the ground, first of all, to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to start off standing up. If he starts, he has to get me on the ground in order to do what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know what he has to do. He's one dimension. I'm not one dimension no more. I got a lot of tools on my belt. I got a solid foundation I'm building here.
Right. When all is said and done, Ken Shamrock's had a legendary career in the sport. He helped the sport in so many ways and pushed the sport into the mainstream when people really didn't want it. I mean, what is the pressure that lies in there, fighting such a legend in your first few fights?
I got a lot of respect for Ken. Tank was a legend as well. So is Ray Mercer. And I got a lot of respect for those guys. If it wasn't for those guys, those guys helped make me who I am today. Their heart and their way they fought, and fighting them, they're just feeding me. You know what I'm saying? Their energy, you know what I'm saying? Everything, just being in there with them, just exchanging with them, trading punches with them, you know what I'm saying? Touching them, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting that energy. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Every fighter has something to prove in every single fight of their career. What is the one thing you want to prove in this next fight with Ken Shamrock?
I want to prove to my kids, making the right sacrifices, the right commitmentship, and dedicating yourself for the right cause will pay off. That's all I'm trying to prove. Just trying to set a good example for my family.